Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here today to speak with you about something that has the power to change lives, fuel economies, and inspire innovation. How to build a business that truly works. Let's start with a simple but powerful idea. A business that works is one that works for you, not one that you constantly have to work for. It's a system, it's a living engine, and it's something that, when built correctly, can grow, adapt, and thrive even when you're not there. So how do we build a business like that? 1. Start with purpose, not just products. The strongest businesses are built on purpose. Ask yourself, what problem am I solving? Who am I helping? And why does it matter? People don't just buy products, they buy solutions, they buy stories, they buy values. A business with a clear mission builds trust, loyalty, and longevity. 2. Think systems, not just hustle. Too often, we glorify the hustle, the late nights, the endless to-do lists. But hustle is not a business model. Systems are. You need systems for marketing, sales, customer service, delivery, finances, and most importantly, for growth. Build your business so that it runs smoothly without you needing to do everything. That's how it becomes scalable and sustainable. 3. Build a team, not just a task list. You can't build a great business alone. Hire not just for skills, but for values and vision. Empower your team, delegate. Train, inspire. Remember, a business is only as strong as the people behind it. Treat your people like partners, not tools. 4. Know your numbers. It's not enough to have passion, you need to have precision. Understand your costs, know your margins, track your cash flow. Numbers tell the story of your business. If you ignore them, you're driving blind. 5. Adapt or die. The market changes. Technology evolves. Customer expectations shift. If you're not willing to adapt, your business won't survive, let alone thrive. Stay curious, keep learning, be willing to pivot. Innovation isn't just for tech startups, it's for every business that wants to last. 6. Build for the long game. A real business isn't a quick flip. It's a long-term investment. That means making decisions based on where you want to be 5 or 10 years from now, not just next week. Think legacy. Think impact. Think bigger than just profit. Think about value. In conclusion, to build a business that works, don't just focus on making money. Focus on creating meaning. Don't just run a business, design a system. Don't just chase customers, build relationships. A business that works is one that gives you time, freedom, and fulfillment. It serves your life, your goals, and your community. So, go out there and build something that works. Thank you. Every successful business begins with a clear and compelling purpose. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of launching a new product or service, but without a strong foundation rooted in purpose, even the most innovative ideas can fall flat. Purpose is what gives a business meaning beyond just making money. It defines why your business exists, who it serves, and the positive change it aims to create in the world. When you start with purpose, you're not just selling something, you're solving a real problem, addressing a need, or making life better in some way for your customers. Customers today are more conscious and selective than ever before. They want to connect with brands that stand for something meaningful, something they can believe in. When your business has a clear purpose, it resonates with people on an emotional level. It creates loyalty and trust. People remember how you made them feel, not just what you sold them. Purpose-driven businesses build communities, not just customer lists. They create lasting relationships because their mission aligns with the values of the people they serve. Moreover, purpose provides direction and focus. It acts like a compass when you face challenges or uncertainty. In the early stages of building a business, you'll encounter moments of doubt and obstacles that make you question your path. Having a purpose keeps you grounded. It reminds you why you started and motivates you to keep going. It also helps guide your decisions, from what products to develop, to how you market them, to who you hire to join your team. Internally, a strong purpose inspires your employees. People want to be part of something bigger than themselves. When your team understands and believes in your mission, they work with more passion, creativity, and commitment. They're not just doing a job, they're contributing to a vision they care about. That kind of alignment creates a powerful culture and a strong, unified organization. A great example of purpose in action is companies like Patagonia, which exists not just to sell outdoor clothing, but to protect the environment. Their purpose influences every decision they make, from the materials they use to the causes they support. As a result, customers feel good about buying from them, and employees are proud to work there. That's the power of purpose. It creates value far beyond the product itself. So when you build your business, don't start with what you're going to sell. Start with why you're selling it. What do you believe in? What change do you want to create? Who are you helping? Answer those questions first and let them shape every part of your business. Because products may evolve, trends may change, and markets may shift, but a clear, meaningful purpose will always be your anchor. Many aspiring entrepreneurs fall into the trap of believing that constant hustle is the key to success. They work long hours, wear every hat, and believe that if they just work hard enough, the business will eventually thrive. While hard work is certainly important in the beginning, hustle alone is not a sustainable strategy. If your business depends entirely on your effort every single day, then what you've created is a job, not a business. To build something that truly works, you have to think in terms of systems. A system is a structured, repeatable process that delivers consistent results. Whether it's how you handle customer service, manage inventory, onboard new clients, or track finances, every core function of your business can and should be systematized. When systems are in place, your business becomes more efficient, more predictable, and more scalable. You reduce the need to make constant decisions and instead rely on proven processes that save time and reduce errors. Systems allow you to step back and focus on growth, rather than getting stuck in day-to-day operations. They free up your time so you can work on your business, not just in it. That's a crucial difference. When you're buried in daily tasks, it's hard to see the bigger picture. But when systems are running smoothly, you gain the clarity and space needed to innovate, plan for the future, and make strategic moves. Building systems may seem tedious at first, but it pays off exponentially in the long run. Start small by documenting the tasks you do regularly. Write out step-by-step procedures for how they are done. These documents become training materials for future employees, or even for software and automation tools that can take over repetitive tasks. As your business grows, having these systems in place makes it far easier to scale operations without everything falling apart. A business without systems is fragile. It can't grow beyond the founder because everything depends on one person. But a business with systems is strong and resilient. It can withstand change, handle turnover, and even operate without you being present 24/7. That's what gives you freedom. That's what makes the business work for you. Look at any successful franchise or large corporation, and you'll see the power of systems in action. From how they greet customers to how they process payments, every detail is systematized. That consistency is what makes them trustworthy, repeatable, and scalable. So, instead of glorifying hustle, start valuing systems. Hustle can get you off the ground, but it won't get you to the finish line. Systems are what allow you to build something bigger than yourself, something that works, even when you're not working. That's the difference between running a business and building a business that lasts. Building a business is not a solo mission. While many entrepreneurs start off doing everything themselves, from sales and marketing to operations and customer support, this approach quickly reaches its limit. As the business grows, so do the demands. Trying to do it all alone leads to burnout, stagnation, and missed opportunities. The truth is, you can't scale a business on your own. You need people. Not just workers to complete tasks, but a dedicated team that shares your vision, contributes ideas, and drives the business forward with you. When you focus only on assigning tasks, you reduce people to checklists. You manage outputs, not outcomes. But when you build a team, you invest in people who think, create, solve problems, and care about the results. A great team brings diversity of thought, energy, and perspective. They fill in the gaps where your strengths don't reach, and they help you see opportunities and solutions you might miss on your own. That synergy is what fuels innovation and long-term success. Hiring the right people is more than checking for skills and experience. It's about cultural fit, alignment with your mission, and a willingness to grow with the company. When your team believes in what you're building, they put more than time into their work. They put heart into it. They take ownership, they go the extra mile, and they help create a positive work culture that attracts even more talent. Empowering your team is just as important as assembling it. Micromanagement kills motivation. Instead of controlling every step, give your team the tools, support, and trust to do their jobs well. Let them make decisions, encourage initiative, celebrate their wins. When people feel valued and heard, they stay engaged and committed. A motivated team is more productive, more creative, and more loyal. Strong communication is the backbone of any effective team. Make sure everyone understands the goals, their role in achieving them, and how their work contributes to the bigger picture. Regular check-ins, honest feedback, and a culture of transparency keep the team aligned and energized. Don't underestimate the power of team connection, especially as remote work becomes more common. People want to feel part of something. Make sure they do. As your business grows, so should your leadership. Being a great leader means serving your team, not just directing them. It means coaching, listening, and adapting. Your ability to lead people will ultimately determine how far your business can go. A business built on a strong, empowered team is a business that can survive challenges, scale to new heights, and thrive without constant oversight. So stop thinking in terms of what needs to get done and start thinking in terms of who you need to grow. Because the right team doesn't just do the work, they make the business work. One of the most overlooked aspects of building a successful business is having a deep understanding of your numbers. Many entrepreneurs are driven by passion, creativity, or a great idea, but they neglect the financial side of the business until it becomes a problem. Knowing your numbers isn't just about keeping the books in order, it's about making smart, informed decisions that guide the direction of your business. Without clear financial insight, you're essentially running blind. At the core, every business is a numbers game. You need to know how much money is coming in, how much is going out, and what's left over. Revenue is important, but it's not the whole picture. Profitability, cash flow, expenses, and margins matter just as much, if not more. A business can have high sales and still lose money if costs aren't controlled. It's essential to track every dollar, understand where it's going, and assess whether it's creating value or draining resources. Cash flow, in particular, is critical. Many profitable businesses still fail because they run out of cash. You can't pay your bills or your team with future profits. You need cash in hand. Monitoring cash flow helps you anticipate shortfalls, plan for investment, and ensure that you can weather slow periods. It's not just about survival, it's about stability and growth. Healthy cash flow gives you the breathing room to seize opportunities when they come and avoid panic when challenges arise. Another vital area is knowing your break-even point, the moment when your revenue covers your expenses. This figure helps you set realistic sales goals and pricing strategies. If you don't know how much you need to sell just to stay afloat, you're gambling with your future. Understanding your margins, how much you actually earn from each sale after costs, is equally important. High revenue on low margin products might look good on paper, but won't sustain your business in the long run. Financial awareness also supports smarter marketing and operational decisions. When you know your customer acquisition cost and customer lifetime value, you can invest more confidently in campaigns that drive real growth. You can identify which products or services are most profitable, which clients bring the most value, and where you might be wasting resources. You don't need to be a financial expert or accountant, but you do need to be financially literate. Use simple tools or work with a trusted advisor to keep your finances in order. Review your numbers regularly, not just at tax time. Make financial tracking a habit, not an afterthought. Ultimately, knowing your numbers empowers you. It gives you control, clarity, and confidence. You can't improve what you don't measure. You can't grow what you don't understand. By mastering your financials, you build a business on solid ground, One that's not only creative or passionate, but also smart, sustainable, and truly built to last. In today's fast-paced and ever-changing world, adaptability isn't just a competitive advantage, it's a necessity. Businesses that fail to adapt to shifting markets, evolving technology, and changing consumer behavior risk falling behind, no matter how successful they were in the past. The phrase "adapt or die" might sound dramatic, but history is filled with examples of once thriving companies that became irrelevant because they refused to evolve. The truth is, no business is immune to change, and the ones that survive and thrive are those that embrace it with open eyes and an open mind. Adaptability begins with awareness. You have to pay attention to what's happening around you, within your industry, among your competitors, and especially with your customers. Listening to feedback, watching trends, and staying informed about market shifts allows you to respond proactively instead of reacting too late. Businesses that ignore warning signs or assume they've figured it out often find themselves blindsided when the environment changes. Complacency is one of the biggest threats to growth. Technology is one of the most powerful forces driving change today. New tools, platforms, and systems emerge constantly, offering faster, better, and more efficient ways to operate. Businesses that resist adopting new technology often find themselves outpaced by those that do. But it's not just about buying the latest software, it's about being willing to rethink how you work. Sometimes adapting means breaking old habits and reinventing your processes to stay relevant and competitive. Customer expectations are also evolving rapidly. Today's consumers are more informed, more connected, and more selective. They expect speed, personalization, and transparency. If your business isn't keeping up with what customers want, or worse, if you're ignoring their changing needs, you're putting your brand at risk. Successful businesses stay close to their customers, gather insights, and adjust their products, services, and messaging accordingly. Adaptability also means being willing to pivot when necessary. Not every plan will work, and not every idea will succeed. Entrepreneurs often get emotionally attached to their original vision, but stubbornness can be costly. If something isn't working, you need the courage to change direction. Pivoting isn't failure, it's strategic evolution. Many great companies started with one idea and ended up succeeding with another because they paid attention and adapted along the way. Cultivating a culture of adaptability within your team is equally important. Encourage innovation. Allow room for experimentation and learning. Make it safe for people to suggest changes or challenge the status quo. When your entire organization embraces change, you become more agile and resilient in the face of uncertainty. Ultimately, adaptability is about survival, but it's also about opportunity. Change often brings new doors to open, new markets to enter, and new ways to grow. Those who fear change tend to fall behind, but those who embrace it find ways to lead. In a world where nothing stays the same, your ability to adapt will determine your ability to succeed. So keep learning, stay flexible, and always be ready to evolve. Building a successful business requires more than quick wins or short-term profits. While it can be tempting to focus on immediate results, fast sales, viral marketing, rapid growth, the businesses that last are built with the long game in mind. A long-term mindset shapes every decision differently. Instead of asking, "What will work right now?" you begin to ask, "What will still work 5 or 10 years from now?" This shift in thinking leads to stability, sustainability, and ultimately, legacy. When you build for the long game, you're not chasing trends, you're creating value. Trends come and go, but value endures. This means developing products and services that solve real, lasting problems. It means investing time in understanding your customers deeply so you can continue to serve them as their needs evolve. It also means building strong relationships, not just transactions. A loyal customer base is far more powerful and enduring than a high-volume, one-time buyer list. Long-term Term thinking also influences how you treat your team. Employees are not just resources, they are the foundation of your business. A short-term mindset may push people to exhaustion, cut corners on training, or overlook workplace culture. But when you invest in your people, developing their skills, supporting their growth, and creating a positive environment, you build a team that stays with you and contributes meaningfully to the journey. High turnover and burnout cost far more in the long run than a steady investment in people. Financially, building for the long game means making wise, strategic decisions rather than impulsive ones. You resist the urge to cut quality for the sake of short-term margin gains. You prioritize profitability over vanity metrics like follower counts or surface-level growth. You keep reserves for slow periods, invest in assets that compound over time, and stay focused on sustainable growth instead of explosive expansion that can't be managed. A long-term approach also means being willing to play the patient game. Success doesn't happen overnight, and meaningful impact takes time. Building a brand, establishing a reputation, and gaining market trust are all slow processes. Entrepreneurs who are only looking for quick rewards often give up too early or pivot too frequently, never allowing any one idea to fully develop. Those who stay committed, persistent, and adaptable over time tend to be the ones who create something enduring. Perhaps most importantly, building for the long game gives your work a deeper sense of purpose. It allows you to think about your legacy, what your business will stand for, how it will be remembered, and the positive mark it can leave on your community or industry. It transforms your business from a money-making venture into a mission-driven vehicle for real, lasting change. In the end, the businesses that endure are not the ones that sprint the fastest. They are the ones that build with intention, stay resilient through change, and keep their eyes on the horizon. Playing the long game is not about being slow. It's about being smart, steady, and built to last.